So let's talk about your basic practice setup and what you need to begin practicing the trumpet. So this is your basic trumpet practice setup. You have a nice sturdy chair so you can sit up nice and straight, get plenty of air. You have a small little trash can there so you can empty out your condensation, empty out any of the water that you have from the trumpet so you don't get it all over your floor and make your mom mad. There's your trumpet, it's in the trumpet case, and then a music stand is really helpful too. Now, if you don't have a music stand, I'll show you something you can do in a pinch. Make sure when you're set up for your trumpet playing that you have your music stand positioned far enough away from the chair so that you don't hit it with the trumpet, so that you can see the music and still play past the stand. So again, if you don't have a music stand, you can utilize your trumpet case. If your trumpet case is open, you can set your music right on top of there. Now you're also going to see that I have a pencil. Always have a pencil when you're practicing. You never know when you're going to have to write down a good idea, mark a fingering, or write a note in. So I have a small table here. You could use the kitchen table, but you can use your trumpet case as a stand in a pinch if you don't have a music stand right now. So basic posture when you're playing a trumpet, you want to be sitting up straight. You want to be sitting away from the back of the chair, so your back is not touching the chair. And you have your feet out in front of you. Your horn is going to be in an upright position, and your elbows are going to come away from the trumpet at not quite a 90-degree angle, if this makes sense. Yeah, that kind of looks like a 90-degree angle. And so you'll have your arms positioned off to the side, not touching, not out like this, in a nice comfortable position. And again, your head is up straight, your trumpet is pointing straight out towards the audience when you play. All right, everything I'm talking about here you can find linked in the description below. For music stands, if you're on a budget, wire stands are a very economic way to read music. I hate wire stands. Wire stands are the worst. They always fall over. They're flimsy, and you can't put a lot of music on there. I definitely recommend a heavier duty stand. I'm using a Manhasset music stand. They're heavy duty, they're terrific. They're a much better product. Now, here are a couple extra accessories that you might enjoy adding to your practice setup. And these are things that advanced players will definitely use. First, you're going to notice you see the trumpet standing up in the air. A trumpet stand is really helpful. I enjoy using a trumpet stand. When my trumpet is out and it's on my trumpet stand, I'm more likely to go walk over to it, pick it up, and play it. I really like using a trumpet stand. I'll use it if I'm playing with a group, if I'm playing at church. I'll use my trumpet stand to hold my trumpet up so I don't have to get it in and out of the case. If you look at it, this is a K&M. It's got 5 prongs, trumpet stand. The trumpet goes right on top. Now, my whole life I used a 3-star. I'm using a 5-star now. I think a 3-star works fine also, but the 5-star gives you a little more stability. And since I have 4 kids, I like the 5-star because it's less likely to fall over if one of them runs into it. So this folds up really nice into the stand itself, and it goes, for storage, it stores right in the trumpet. This thing goes right into the bell, and you can put your trumpet away just like that. You unscrew it, and then you screw it back in, and the trumpet goes right on top of there. I don't recommend having a trumpet stand in the band hall when you're around other kids. I wouldn't trust your trumpet on a trumpet stand around other 6th, 7th, 8th graders or high schoolers. Another common accessory, if you will, is a metronome and a tuner. Here's my metronome and here's a tuner. Nowadays, people often use smartphones, and you can find a metronome app and you can find a tuner app. But for me personally, I'll use the app quite a bit because it's handy, but I really like not having to depend on my phone for keeping the time and for tuning. I enjoy having a separate device for my metronome and for my tuner. Just because when I have my phone with me, I might go to the app, I might see a notification, I'll get sidetracked. The less distracted I get, the better. And so I like having a separate metronome and tuner. These are two different devices. You can get a 2-in-1 combo, and those are really, really nice. Now there's another accessory, and some band directors require this, some don't. It's called a Berp. A Berp goes right on the lead pipe, and it acts as another receiver that you can put your mouthpiece in to practice buzzing while you're playing the trumpet. I've used a Berp for a lot of years when I was younger, and I think it's a nice addition to your trumpet practicing. I don't use it now. I haven't used it in a very, very long time. It's essentially the same as mouthpiece buzzing, and you get the same benefit. The perk is when you can buzz on your mouthpiece and finger at the same time, you can simulate playing while buzzing on the trumpet. You can do fingers and buzzing, and it's a handy little tool that some band directors will either recommend or require for their incoming 6th graders anyway. So you can check that out too. Another little accessory that some people like is a valve guard. Now I personally don't use a valve guard, but I know a lot of people who do. A valve guard is just usually leather, cloth, that velcros and wraps around your valve block. If you look around at some of the used trumpets in the used trumpet world, you'll see a lot of the valves have a lot of the plating, the silver plating or the lacquer coming off where somebody's hand was. And these valve guards do a lot of good to keep the scratches off of the valve guard where your hand is going around. So not mandatory, but you might like having a valve guard around the valves also. If you have any other questions or things that you want to add, comment down below, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.